This episode of Jocks and Jills is brought to you by Shark Ninja, Shark Beauty, Shark Home, and Ninja Kitchen, proud founding partner of the Pwhl. The Ninja Crispy Portable Cooking System packs the power of a full-size air fryer into a portable design. It includes a 6-cup and 4-quart Tupperware container. Now, whether you're whipping up a quick single-serve meal in 7 minutes, sharing crispy snacks, which is our favorite, or serving a crowd, the Ninja Crispy makes it easy. The Tupperware glassware is thermal shock resistant to go from frozen to crispy. The Ninja Crispy, people. Portable cooking system packs the power of full-size air fryer into a portable design. Get on it.
Here we go. Episode 12 of Jocks and Jills. How we feeling this fine Tuesday? Tessa Banam.
Probably the Americans are feeling full of turkey and like they've watched far too much football.
Did you partake in any American? Oh, well, I know you partook in some football watching. Obviously this weekend, that was very successful for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Go Bucks. Saturday was a big day for my Ohio State Buckeyes, for those wondering. It was our major rivalry game against the team up north.
I didn't wear the jacket this year, so I couldn't have been. I wasn't a curse.
See?
Ohio won, so maybe I was the problem.
And also, like, I did wear
I was
Buckeye gear.
rocking my sweater this weekend, actually. So
Were
maybe
you?
maybe the curse is reversed.
Okay. Totally fair, because we had lost 4 in a row and it was getting a little sad. I'm not going to lie. So nice to see the boys pull through there. But other than that, no, I had no time really to do anything, Julia. I was solo parenting all weekend, still am. Will be all week. But so the kids both had hockey, and then it was straight to the Scepters game. So Theo and Annie got little pals, and Ava, Annie's pal, plays hockey. So she's big into the Scepters, got her a jersey. She's all hooked up. We go to the game. We take the train. The kids are stoked. Buckles was there. Other friends came. It was awesome. Julia, can I tell you something? I met the cutest, most best fan of our show near the sign making station. Her name is Georgia. She's super cute.
Aww.
I know. And she sat right in front of us, which was cute because I met her up by the sign station. I was like, oh my gosh, super nice to meet you, Georgia. I will mention you in the show. Went and sat in our seats and I looked down and she's literally right in front of me. It was so cute. Anyways,
Aww.
Georgia, if you're listening.
I thought you put Georgia in the lineup because my sister was in town this weekend. I was like, oh, that's nice. That's my sister's name too.
I wasn't creeping hard on you like that, no. But it was nice that your sister was in town. I know that sister time is the best time. But little Georgia, loved you. Pleasure meeting you. Thank you for listening to the show and being a fan. I must say, there's something about bringing your kid, especially your daughter, to a game like that. Because on Sunday, I have never seen Annie play hockey the way she did.
Aww.
It was like the kid got 4 goals. Not that it mattered because it was like there's 3 pucks out there and it's chaotic. And they're just like, she's 3. So not much is going on. But like the fist pumping after she would score a goal and like back checking and laying hits. Like,
wow. I know. I got the video footage, guys. She's telling the truth.
Yeah. It's insane how that game inspired my daughter. I think it helped too that her little pal Ava is a little older than her and how she was so dialed and into the game. So it like drew Annie in too. I don't know. Monkey see, monkey do goes a long way. And I thank the Scepters and, the Boston Fleet for putting on a good show for my kid to turn her into this hockey machine the next day.
Aw, she's a little hockey monster now.
I know. It's the best. It makes me want to cry. I love it.
Yeah, that is great. I had honestly extreme FOMO on Saturday. I definitely should have been at the Scepters home opener.
No, you were in the right place, Julia. Stop. Don't even say that.
Listen, you guys know me. I love me some junior hockey. My fiance is a coach in the OHL for the Brampton Steelheads. I go, as much as I can if there's no P-dub hockey to watch or if I don't, it's pretty rare that I have the opportunity to go to his games, honestly. But Saturday, Brampton's the only team in the league that does it. They have pucks and paws when you can bring your dog. Enzo attended. He absolutely loved it, to be so real with you. Enzo loves the hockey rink in general.
I was going to say, stop. He's a rink rat. That dog was brought up in the rink, essentially. So
You're so right. Like Liam would bring him to the rink every day when he was really small, and I was like still working at TSN and wasn't able to be home as much. So he is familiar with the hockey rink. He made lots of friends. Funniest part was Enzo didn't bark the whole time. Like during the national anthem, this one dog started going off barking. It was honestly hilarious.
It's singing. The dog was singing. That's what
They
it
did the
is.
Simba cam with the dogs. It was so cute. And
Did Enzo get on?
no, honestly, he didn't, and I was kind of rattled about that. My sister was like up in arms. She's like, are they not seeing this? Like, this is the cutest dog going. There was a dog race at intermission.
And did you stop?
Liam completely, like, I don't want to throw Liam under the bus for this.
But you are.
But Liam did not want Enzo to be in the dog. Because Liam has put Enzo on the ice a bunch of times, and Enzo, like, gets a little nervous on the ice. He likes the hockey arena, but he gets a little nervous on the ice.
It's
I see other hockey players' dogs ripping around all the time on the ice, and they're not nervous. Enzo likes to, like, be along the boards, honestly, if he's if he's on the ice. So there's this dog race at intermission, and all game long, Enzo doesn't make a peep. As soon as those dogs get on the ice to race, Enzo's losing his mind. He has FOMO. He's feeling left out. He's feeling neglected. He's feeling like we didn't believe in him to be in the race. Liam calls me immediately from the booth, and he's like, come on, you don't think Enzo really could have done that. 2 of the dogs didn't even move for the whole race. Enzo would have won if I was like,
Julia.
I was so upset, to be honest.
Told you that you need to put it. You have to.
I ate a hot dog at the game, which was weird. And like I gave Enzo a little piece of it. I put that on my Instagram story and I was like, I would consider this moral implication.
Would you have been at one end and then Liam at the other end for the race?
I think that was the real reason why he didn't want to do it. Because Liam is like all serious when he's at hockey games. He puts his little suit on, like his hair is slicked back. He's sitting up top with the rest of the skills coaches and the other. I don't even know who's up there in the box, to be honest with you. The video guy, whatever. They're all wearing suits and they're all being serious. So I think that the real reason why Liam kiboshed the whole thing was he didn't want to like go and bend down and have to make like sweet noises at the dog when it was racing, when he's trying to be in his serious coach
Opportunity missed, Liam. Opportunity missed.
Obviously ruined his tough coaching persona anyways by doing this podcast.
You need to find another dog race somewhere and enter. I will fly with you. I will go.
Yeah, I've got my eyes on the Ottawa Charge still. Like, I know that they will one day do a dog race for us or the Montreal Victoire. Like, Maureen Murphy and I need to have our wiener dogs on the ice. So
I'm messaging Kim St. Pierre like yesterday about this.
Okay, good.
Because would Kimmy be the one in she would definitely be able to be like, hey, we're doing this. And who's saying no to Kim? Not me.
Exactly. You could pull some strings there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say one more thing. It's Christmas and like my parents are all on me for like gift ideas for my kids. And like, honestly, I don't know. I don't even think they know. They don't really know. They just, everything changes.
I'm 27 years old. I've been asked a few times in the last few weeks what I want for Christmas. I'm like, a break? Like, please, I don't know. I don't want any material item. And it feels awkward to be asked as a grown-up. Like, what do you mean, what do I want for Christmas?
So my kids have no idea. Regardless, they do love books and they do love when I read them stories. This is Rosie the hockey player.
Ask you what your kids want for Christmas.
Yeah. Don't get kids stuffies, everybody. That's the worst gift. Get them this. It's Rosie the hockey player. There are, I think, 7 or 8 books. We've got all of them. Jenna Prestige wrote these and I met her at Wickfest and she just handed me a whole whack of them. And I had already had a few of them that I picked up. They're my kids' favorite books. It's about, there's like Sarah's in here, Haley's in here, Kendall's in here. It's amazing. It's just a great book and a great story just about relatable issues and things. Hurricane Hazel's in it. There's Hurricane Hazel.
So sick.
Just like playing on a new hockey team and having new friends and playing against your old friends, moving to a new city, playing in the Harvest Cup for a championship and losing, things like that. The Candy Cane Classic. Like, it's just awesome. The Superstitious Goalie. We haven't read this one yet. I cannot wait to dive in. I just have to say that. The Superstitious Goalie. So it's got a little bit of something for everybody. And honestly, my kids dig the stories, my son and daughter. It's not just like for girls. My son digs it too. Rosie's famous in our house. So if you're looking for a unique gift for a kid, someone learning how to read, whatever, kids that just love books, Rosie the hockey player, that's where it's at.
Oh, I love that. I love hockey books. I think we have a question about hockey books in our Send It segment today. So that
amazing.
Works perfectly. Okay, so that's what we were up to this weekend. Obviously, some great games went down in the P-Dub this weekend. Let's get to those now. Actually, before we get to games, let's start with some news that broke Saturday afternoon, Tessa. And news that's not like headline news or like hockey news, really. It's personal news. And it's news about someone that's a really big character in the hockey world, but also a personal friend of yours, former colleague, friend of mine, and someone that we all care a lot about.
Yeah. Got a text early morning from Carla MacLeod saying, hey, I'm going to be releasing a statement this afternoon. I just wanted to there's a group of us, let y'all know that she's been diagnosed with breast cancer. And she just wanted to reassure us that, she's going to be okay and she's going to, check every box and make sure she's going through the right treatment. Her main concern, and leave it to Carla, Coach Carla, was to be available for the Ottawa charge and for Czechia at the Olympics. And I think her statement was very Carla, if I could say that. I can read it. She literally said, I want to share some personal news. I was recently diagnosed with breast cancer, and hearing those words was incredibly difficult, but I want everyone to know that I'm going to be okay. I'm incredibly fortunate to have an exceptional medical team guiding me, and together we've built a treatment plan that gives me tremendous confidence in the road ahead. There are still some variables to be determined as we move forward, but my goal, without question, is to be behind the bench as often as possible. I have the best job on the planet, coaching the Ottawa Charge, which she truly believes that through and through. That's her heart right there. And the Czechia women's national team is a privilege I cherish deeply. One of my biggest concerns outside my own health was the possibility of not being able to fully support the two programs that mean so much to me. And that is the truth. Carla, that was her being, even talking with her, I'm like, Crib, like you need treatment. Never mind the teams. The teams, like, it's okay. And she was like, no, that's what she's worried about. She finally exhaled when the medical team assured her that her treatment would have minimal impact on being present for both teams. That said, as she begins the treatment phase this week, she said, I will unfortunately have to miss the game on Tuesday, December 2nd. I think we're going to give you a pass on that, Carla. The FOMO will be real, but I'm incredibly lucky to be surrounded by world-class players, coaches, and staff who will keep pushing our group forward. Being with this team fuels me, and I intend to stay as connected as I can during treatment. Thank you in advance for the support and kindness. I know our incredible Ottawa community always shows it, and it means a lot to me. And they did. The Ottawa Senators made a beautiful post for her as well. I know TSN Sportsnet covered it, but Cribber, just, I'm wearing my pink shirt today. I got our pink jersey from 07 up today. Just, in support for you. And, literally the first thing you say to someone like that is like, what can I do for you? And Carla, being Carla, was just like, just call me and have a laugh sometime. And it was like, cool, man, let's do that. But, there's other things that are going on in the league, which, Julie, I think we can skip ahead to, like Jamie Lee Rattray, who is doing something amazing. She posted on her socials that for every point and that she gets this season and every Fleet win, she will be donating $50 to breast cancer research. So I think it's just perfect with this announcement that she's doing that. I know she's doing it in honor of Howie, her best pal. We'll talk to Rattray in just a second here. But I think these are the times when, one, you remind yourself to constantly check and make sure. Two, mammograms, you shouldn't have to wait till you're 40 to get them. Go get them done. Three, support where and how you can, because this is a reality for a lot of people. And for myself, it's one of my best friends. So if I could just ask everybody in the PWHL community to take a moment for Carla, support where you can, wear pink, and check your ladies. Check your ladies. Make sure they're okay.
Yeah, I love that she emphasized that too in her statement to make sure yourself check in, make sure you're doing what you can to. It's so easy to get caught up. Life is busy. It's hard to check in on yourself. So
seriously,
make sure you're doing that if you're going to take anything from this story, and also donate where you can and help where you can. There's going to be lots of opportunity to do that throughout the PWHL season, and Tessa and I will make sure we give all those initiatives a platform. And Tessa, just like you just said, Jamie Lee Rattray doing some amazing stuff for breast cancer research in honor of her friend, Erica Howe. Here's our chat with Jamie Lee from earlier. We are now joined by everyone's favorite from the Boston Fleet. It's Jamie Lee Rattray on the Jocks and Jills podcast. Hey, thanks for coming on with us quick today.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Great.
Like the shirt, dig the shirt, looks
it's awesome.
good.
If If you guys are listening to this and not watching, Ratty's rocking the Puck Cancer shirt. That was a collaboration between Erica Howe and Emmerich Mashmeyer for Mash's line. Ratty, you just announced over the weekend for every point you get this year, every Boston Fleet win, you're going to donate $50. Is there a specific cancer research spot you're donating to? Is it to Mash's? Tell us a little bit about exactly what you're doing. And by the way, if the rest of your season goes the way
I was going to say, you're going to be broke.
You are like, is Christmas canceled in your house?
Well, it might be, but yeah, no, we're just doing a little fundraiser for the Canadian Cancer Society. That was kind of speaking with HOWIE, kind of what she was thinking. That was kind of where the route we went. And yeah, I mean, honestly, just something little we can do for her, right? I think, honestly, talking to her a bit about all the stuff she did for, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I was like, how can we continue this on kind of a little further than just a month? So we decided, I was actually talking with Whit, my wife, a bit, and just kind of brainstorming, and this is kind of what we came up with, and it's kind of cool. Hopefully it kind of keeps the awareness going, right? So now every time the Fleet win or I get a point, we can kind of keep talking about it. So I've already got a couple texts from Howie now, like every time after the game, she goes, okay, $100 more.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's the best. What was her reaction when you brought this up to her? Like, this is something I'm going to do. I'm going to go for it. And then what's her reaction every time the Fleet win, which is every game you've played?
Yeah, she was super stoked. Honestly, I mean, obviously I've been friends with Howie forever, right? We're best friends. She was my, maid of honor in my wedding. And she was just happy that, we were able to kind of continue it going, right? She did so much. She had to fight her own fight last year, and, she's done such a great job in kind of being an advocate and, pushing it forward from her side. So I was like, hey, how can I kind of do some of the work? And she was super happy. And then she said that the video almost made her cry, or did make her cry, which takes a lot for Howie. So it did make me cry too. So yeah, I mean, I just honestly, just something we can kind of do and kind of spread awareness around the league and around hockey and things like that. So.
North and south of the border can donate to the same place, or is it two separate donation spots?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, both to the Canadian Cancer Society. It's all on my Instagram. It's all on the link there. And yeah, I mean, donate little, donate whatever you want. And, kind of the idea was maybe some people will match it at the end of the season. We've already had Jessica Campbell say that she's going to match it as well. And at least for my point production. So kind of cool, because we were teammates as well at the U18 level, all three of us. So it's kind of a cool way for her to kind of jump in on it as well.
So she's only matching the points?
Well, I think that's what she said, but maybe we'll get on her about the wins.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Can you give us a Howie update? Like, we know she fought last year with like such a great attitude. I always love seeing her posts on social media. How is Howie lately?
Yeah, she's doing great. I mean, I think she's renovating her house right now, so that's kind of her focus. And but she's actually back playing hockey as well, I think, and she's back to work. So that's a huge thing for her, right? I think keeping her busy. And I think her doctor said that she wasn't allowed to play goalie anymore, which she's pumped because she always wanted to be a forward. So I think she's super excited. What's this weird thing about goalies never wanting to play goalie ever?
Dude, I was just going to say that. Why did every goalie secretly want to be a forward?
Yeah, and I secretly kind of want to be a goalie. So maybe when I retire, I'll be a beer league goalie or something. But yeah, no, she's doing really great. I think she's just slowly getting back to just things that make her Howie. And as a friend of hers, and obviously super close to her, I'm just super happy that she's getting back to herself and being able to just do all the fun things that she enjoys, right? And I think obviously hockey is a big part of that. So I'm sure going to the rink and being around the girls and playing some beer league hockey is something that's keeping her super happy.
Ain't nothing better.
No. You guys should play each other, see who wins.
I literally, honestly, when you said she's back playing beer league, I was like, I'm going to get her to be one of the girlies. Like, she's hook, line, and sinker. She's not allowed to say no. I'm going to say, Rattray told me that you're going to play with us now. So see you on Tuesday, 10:30 puck drop.
She would love that. She's probably a good F1. She's actually a really good skater. Like, I remember.
Dude, goalies are seriously the best because they see the game develop in front of them. That's all they're doing is watching hockey the entire game.
Yeah, and we used to do like these hard skates at Clarkson, especially freshman, sophomore year, because we were terrible. But she used to like do the skates in her goalie pads, and she used to catch up to some of the players. She's such a great skater. It's so crazy. So I have no doubt that she's doing crazy things as a player.
And their like hands are so strong that their shots are like weapons.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Man,
I'm not sure if her shot's up there yet, but we'll work.
Okay, we'll work on it. We'll get her the right flex.
Yeah, we'll talk to CCM. We'll set her up. It'll be good.
She probably has an old Rattray stick probably somewhere. I always used to give her old skates and sticks. She's like, Ratty, when you're done with that pair, just slide them over.
Just to rip the ODR, like, because she loved. This is such a thing. Like, anyone who's a goalie wants to be a player, and anyone who's.
Yeah,
I've been thinking
no.
recently, like, just like you just said, Ratty. I'm like, am I too old for this, or like, can I just like try to be a goalie in beer
I knew
league?
you were a goalie.
Is it time?
No, you
I
are a goalie.
I keep trying to like snag like goalie's gear like whenever I can, like for my post career, like
It just
like
doesn't feel like something you could do casually, you know?
they're pros now. They get new gear every year. I can just
That's true.
snag a pair. You know, I think
Mash
that's
It'd
great.
be like
Anyone
when
that
you're a kid and you have to have a goalie rotation on beer league teams.
oh yeah,
No
I'm
Like,
gonna
somebody
be a goalie.
different plays goalie every week.
I would never do it. I don't even sign Annie up. The coach keeps sending a thing. Hey, make sure you sign your kid up. I'm like, no, I will not.
You're
I'm not doing that.
protesting the goalie rotation. I love it.
She needs to practice skating. Get her better at skating.
That's
Don't
fair.
waste her
That's fair.
time. They can't even get up with this stuff on. Rattray, you need to hit up Mash because Mashmeyer probably has like 12 kids. Between her and Lacasse,
Oh,
can we
yeah.
be real for a minute?
Oh, you're right.
That's probably a
goalie
good
couple.
That's a good point. I should probably go there. That's my first stop, I think. But I like I don't know what colors I want. I gotta pick which colors. Now she's got
Oh, you're getting
Vancouver,
picky?
Canada. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, honestly, I think it'd be so much fun. Something different, right? I'm sure I'd I actually got a shutout one time. We played I played on Howie's beer league team in the summer. And I got a 15 save shutout. I think I was counting the shots.
You just mentioned that
Knows
so
the
casually. So
stats.
you have been geared up before. Like you've been
Oh,
in the
yeah.
pads.
Oh yeah,
my
I always
God.
wear Noxie's gear because it's like she's a little shorter, so it's
Foxy
it's
Noxy.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you got to do is get a pink set and play an
Ooh,
entire year
yes.
beer league with it when you're done and then raffle that off.
Actually,
Yeah.
that would be
Just
kind of
keep
sweet.
it for yourself. Yeah.
No, we'll raffle it. We'll raffle all the pink stuff off. So yeah, I'm really happy we got to do this. It's really cool. So
Aw, yeah, that sounds like the play. Okay, so in the meantime, before you decide to start your career as a beer league goaltender, you will be donating $50 for every point you score this year, every Boston Fleet win, and we'll be cheering you on the whole time. So good luck this season. Obviously, we'll be rooting for you to rack them up, but seems like you don't really need the luck so far. It's off to a great start. So congratulations, and thanks for catching up with us today.
yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Jamie's the best. And you got to hang out with her kid, her little baby Coop, at the hockey game?
I saw Koopaloop at the game. Her wife Whit brought Coop in where I was. And Coop is straight up a hockey player. Like that guy, I thought I was going to take him away from the game to like talk with my friends and see the kids. And he was like moving his head, bobbing around, just trying to see the rink. And then I brought him and I was like just talking him through the game, having chats, and he was dialed. And he's just a little babe. I was like, I turned around to Whit. I'm like, I know you probably want a basketball player, but this guy's playing hockey. Like, look at him. She's like,
he was just
I know.
Following the game that close. He's not even a year old, is he?
No, Julia, he could not take his eyes off the rink. And even when I tried to pull him away, he got like squawky. I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
Aww.
Yeah. Guy's a player.
So sweet. He's meant to be a hockey player. He spent so much time in a hockey rink since he was born. So that's just it. That doesn't shock me.
Yeah.
Good news for Cooper. It sounds like there will be more PWHL hockey teams to watch over the next couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Our executive VP of business operations, Amy Shear, goes on CNBC and absolutely drops a bomb in a way only Amy can. In a way that's so subtle, but so direct at the same time. I don't even know how to describe it.
It's New York.
It's so New York. That's what it is. I've never really known a true New Yorker the way that like I know Amy, and it's the best. But yeah, drop some news about potential expansion.
Yeah. And the way she delivered it, right? She's like, we're expanding again, period. Hard stop. And it was like, oh, okay. And it's probably going to be 2 to 4 teams. Okay. And if I was a betting woman, which I don't even know if she's a betting woman, I texted her. I was like, I need to know, are you a betting woman? She said, because if I was a betting woman, I would say 4 teams. And my jaw hit the floor. I was like, whoa. I don't know. Do you want to take a stab at who we might think it could be?
I don't know.
If you're, I'll guess at 2. Okay, I think it's going to be 2 first to start, and it's going to be obviously one on the Canadian side and one on the American side is my guess, because I just feel like they always do parity, in that sense. And looking back at what areas have gotten multiple takeover tour games or are going to get multiple takeover tour games. To me, just logically, central-ish makes sense. So I'm caught between Denver and Chicago, but I'm going to scratch Chicago because why does Detroit keep getting games?
I know. Detroit,
they-
like double games, and they do so well there
I
too.
know.
The fans love to sing there. Like the sing-alongs in
They've
Detroit
got
are
a
always
great
next level.
vibe.
Yeah. I was thinking Detroit too on the
I know.
American side.
Canadian side, Halifax, no doubter. Rinks there, communities there. The only issue that I have with Halifax is travel.
Why am I so sure it's going to be Edmonton?
I know. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to break your heart.
Hey, don't let the public know that sometimes Edmonton has done me wrong. I like you, Edmonton. I don't want to start public beef with Edmonton, but I've been stuck in Edmonton a few times.
Too many
We did
times.
the World Juniors there like 100 times. I don't
Yeah.
know, approximately in 4 years. They're going back again next
I
year.
know.
Edmonton just gets a lot of airtime for me. So I'm not surprised if the P-Dub goes to Edmonton last year just because of like my proximity to it.
What
For some
rink
reason,
they
the
playing
universe
in, though?
wants me to be in Edmonton.
What rink they playing in?
I don't know. They put the junior team at Rogers Place. Like, can you have another team there? I don't know. I don't want to speak out of terms, out of class here, but isn't there one more rink in Edmonton that I'm forgetting about? I don't know. I'm not an expert on Edmonton, despite what I just said about spending like a lot of time there.
You know the hotel and the way to not go outside to get to
I
the
know
rink.
exactly where that J-Dub is, and I know the skywalk to the rink like the back of my hand. And that hotel gym and steam room is very nice too. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. And the
So we just guessed 4 teams then. We got Halifax, we got Edmonton, we got
Yeah.
Detroit and or Chicago, and Denver. I want Denver so bad, but there's no rink there. We need a rink there.
right, not one of the colleges or anything.
They had one and they tore it down. Not a college one, but they had a rink. Was it One Bank or Bank One or something? And they demolished it. And it was like, yeah, but wait, don't get rid of rinks. Like, who gets rid of rinks?
I don't know. They're so hard to build, and they're so expensive.
And like every place is like, we need more ice time. And it's like, so then don't tear it down.
Yeah,
I don't know.
seriously.
That's where I was at. Regardless, I want Denver to have one.
Me too. It's
Really bad.
Yeah, Denver's so fun. And
And they
Uncle
started the
Turkey did-
chant, we want a team. When I started hearing that, when they were playing there,
Yeah.
and if it is expansion, you know Nicole Hensley's getting plucked if she's not protected. Which, by the
Frost
way,
fans are shuddering.
I know. Well, you got 2 great ones, guys. You
Yeah.
don't be selfish. I loved the interview that Jana Heffer did with Sarah Spain. I don't know if you listened to it at all, Julia, but when she explained why teams were only allowed to protect 3 players,
Yes.
and
yeah.
it shed so much light and kind of like it made so much. I was like, yeah, of
It did make
course you
sense.
did it that way. She said every team when the league the inaugural league was starting, every team was allowed to sign 3 players, and those were going to be the players they built their team around, and then they had to draft. So same goes for expansion. Pick your 3 that you're building your team around and go from there. As soon as I was like, why didn't we say this from the beginning? Did they? And I just ignored it. I have no idea. But I was like, yes, Jana, I love that idea. I love that thought. And I'm cool with it. And like, if you really look across the league right now, obviously the teams that have just come together, they're all the strangers that are on the team, on the expansion teams. They're not in cruise control. They're still figuring each other out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Chemistry
you're
is
right.
missing. So the league is very balanced. I think they're great
Yeah.
games. Some of them are blowouts, but that's just the ebbs and flows of expanding in the
Not
league.
blowouts the way people thought this year, though. Like, I don't think anyone predicted Seattle and Vancouver sitting at the bottom of the standings after 3 games.
That's
Definitely
it.
overreaction after 3 games, but
Yeah.
still a thing.
That's it. Anyways,
Still a thing.
throwing that in there. Sorry, I went off topic.
No, I love that. And honestly, you're right. It made a lot of sense when Jana said that. It added
It
a
made
lot of
it okay.
context to a process that people had many questions about. So
Yeah.
I appreciated that. I also appreciated pretty much everything about Seattle's home opener. The fans showed up and showed out. And we'll start with this. A new American pro women's hockey attendance record, a crowd of over 16,000 people.
Wild.
Packed climate pledge ahead of that first game. There was celebrities out. There was fellow Seattle athletes out. Everybody's outfit was amazing. Like, I'm trying to do fits of the week this morning, and I'm absolutely fighting for my life. Like, Mariah Keppel, I think, is going to win this week. But again, that's just something that I'm
she
working
should.
through. It was unbelievable.
Her
Like,
outfit was sick. I stopped on it and I was like, whoa.
I
Like,
know,
you
and
just
her
set the
nails
bar.
matched. The
I
bar
know.
is just going up and up and up this
And
year.
her
It's unbelievable.
glasses. I was
So
like,
cool. A little like shawl situation
know.
around her head. Like, oh, to be stylish. I don't know. I could absolutely never.
she made that. Those are the outfits she made for her runway.
Yeah.
She made that.
Famously with her corset style. When she came on, she was telling us about like, she likes to make stuff for fit bodies and how the corset is like structured, but also absolutely, yeah, very cool. I absolutely loved it. Opening ceremonies were so cool. I'm trying to get to the game, but like, I'm really disappointed that I was texting you. I'm so disappointed that they got shut out. Like, you can lose in your home opener in your inaugural game. Like, don't get shut out. And I know that's so easy for me to say with my podcast by sitting on my ass in this chair, but like, don't get shut out in your inaugural game, please.
I feel your feeling, but it's not like it was like a bad effort, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like you're just like, man, like that was a really bad game and your fans are probably going home thinking like, yo, our team ain't that great.
No, but they are going home without knowing the goal song, which is like just a tragedy to me. Do you know
all the more reason to come back?
Sidebar this for a second. The reason I'm upset about this is because the first NHL game I went to, no, not the first NHL game, because I went to a few Minnesota Wild games as a kid. The first Leafs game I went to, I was like 16 years old, 17 maybe. My dad took me down to Toronto specifically to go to this game against the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh no.
And the Leafs lost 7-0. And
they did.
Yeah, I didn't hear the goal song or anything. I was so upset. So I think it was like past trauma that I was applying to this.
Was
Seattle
that when Rick Nash was playing like back in the day? When was that?
It would have been like 2014 or something, 2015 or 2014. Like right before the tank for Matthews, like right during the tank for Matthews. Frankie Corrado would have been ripping it around out there.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So different time, and I'm applying that trauma to this. I still wish they would have scored, but you're right. It wasn't a blowout by any means, and the effort was very respectable.
Yeah, like no Teralova in this one either, which was kind of sad. Like, man, that's tough to miss your home opener, but I get it. You don't want a nagging injury. It's one game. There's going to be many more home games to be had. I would like to say Seattle looked really comfortable in their home rink. It's not like I didn't feel like there was the shell shock or the like, whoa, this moment's too big. Like there was no getting comfortable like for them in their rink, which was nice. First period, you saw some huge hits, some great chances. Gosling, Eldridge, Knight, they all had some great chances. I mean, Knighter, I feel like had 2 or 3 point blank amazing chances.
Yeah.
Where Minnie was just like, nope, not today. And I remember when they made the first 2 saves on Knighter, I was like, it's going to be a tough night for Seattle. Like if Hill's not ripping them, hitting the back of the net in moments like this, man, they've got work to do here. You got to chip away. I love the way Seattle plays because they transition really quick onto offense. Like as soon as the puck turns over, they waste no time. It's not like, let's circle back and, regroup. It's none of that. It's like, get on your horse, we're going the other way, which I totally dig. And I love that part about their game that they already have that and that's like fully ingrained in them. The scoring touch and the finish, I think, will come because there's points after that when they turn and go where there's a little bit of disconnect or you can see like that familiarity of like when you don't even have to look, you can just dish a puck and someone's skating into it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those passes are kind of bobbly and stuff, but there are moments where it does come together. But the scoring touch will come with this team, no doubt. And when it does, watch out, everybody. It's going to be scary. Hensley, like I said, was just dialed in this one. And she was just like, literally nightmare fuel for everyone who is a Seattle Torrent fan. Can I just say something? Friend of the pod, I don't know if you thought this, but I thought this. Kelly Panic is making this game look way too easy.
Yeah,
way
she's
too
been
easy
hot
this
to start
season.
the season.
What the heck is up with Kelly Panic?
It's Olympic year, baby.
Bud, 3 goals last year. Doesn't even matter that she only had 3 goals because she did a lot more for her team than score goals. And that's what she is as a player. She's full package, like the best. Already has 2 goals on the season. Like,
yeah.
Maybe she was hanging out with Lee Steckline over the summer. And Lee's like, you should come be an offensive player. It's kind of fun. Because Lee Steckline is officially an offensive defender. Like
100%.
Lee, you ain't fooling me. You're not a stay-at-home D anymore. I know. I see you. I see what you're doing. And you got Kelly Panic on board and it's awesome. Minnesota looks unreal. I feel like this is a story in Minnesota though. They often we're like, ooh, Minnesota looks so great. And then there's always a dip in and around April.
They get bored before playoffs. They need to make it spicy to get in.
That's what it is. They're just fooling everybody. Sandbagging. Anyways, with Seattle, I thought like I said, I thought their game was okay. I don't know about you, Julia, but there's times where like I find myself yelling at my TV because hockey's so easy when you're sitting on your butt watching. And I was yelling, take it to the net. And I actually listened to an interview recently from Ronja Salvalainen, and she's like, we have a saying in Finland, if you want pizza, go eat pizza. If you want to score a goal, take it to the net. And like literally, I was just like screaming Ronja, like Ronja knows, like take it to the net because they're so offensively gifted. And I will say this, I don't understand, correct me if I'm wrong, Julia, if you like the lines, totally fine. I don't get why you have, I mean, I have an idea of why Bilka would be on the line with Serdachny and Eldridge, but I don't understand why you wouldn't just have that top line of Carp Knight and Bilka together. I don't get it.
Me neither. I don't understand the reason at all. And like, it's not even like it had some runway to figure itself out. Like it's the second game of the season. I want to see that line.
You need that line. And it's crazy to me that it's like, that's a guaranteed goal every game, in my opinion. Guaranteed goal every game, that line. Because they're already so dialed. They're already so familiar. So why not? And maybe it's to like, okay, let's have two really good balanced lines. But like, I don't know. I feel like you're just taking away from Bilka in a sense. Because now I feel like she feels the pressure to set up both Serdax and Eldridge, if that makes sense. Like she's got to go get the puck. She's got to whatever. Serdachny as well. I find she's taking a moment to find her footing in Seattle. I feel like there's not a full lot of comfortability there yet. And when it comes, whoever is on that line, whether it's Gosling, Serdax, and Eldridge, I think it'll fly even if it's Bilka. But once Serdachny just figures it out, like we mentioned Rick Nash earlier in the show. I would love for her to play like Rick Nash. Like you've got a body, take it to the net. I know she likes being the pullback, set up play. Don't do that. You got hands in a shot. Use your size, right? And that's what this team has a lot of. I mean, we saw when Megan Turner drafted that, what we thought was going to be the second line. She was stoked. She's like, look at the size of these players. I know. Yeah. I get it. Anyways, big hits in this game. I felt bad for Barnes because like, man, Kayla took a lot
of those.
Dude, a ton of those. But whatever, it's fine. She'll be okay. I did bank a couple for the Jillies though. So Kayla, you might be in the mix for a Jilly this year.
It's early in the season. Somebody will get hit harder.
That's fair. I don't know. She took some good ones though.
Yeah. Minnesota loves to spoil a home opener, eh?
Isn't that their thing?
They just love to play the villain. And I love that about them. I love them in their purple, like just being absolute, just kind of the villain when they go into any away arena.
Yeah. I know we might touch on a little bit. I love the helmets and the pants with the stripes.
Me too.
It. Yeah.
So sick.
Megan Carter, by the way, I was like, man, she's taken a ton of poop this game. Like everyone's on her and like, I feel really bad for her. She needs to start playing tougher. And then she basically got her
And then she did.
To the point where Taylor Heisey had to reach over the boards and rip her arm off of Britta Curl so she didn't choke her out. Like, Megan Carter had enough. And it wasn't only Britta going at her, it was everybody. And I was like, she's gonna snap. And she did. Anyways, I thought that was a little funny anecdote. And there is history there where I think it was 365 Girl that brought it up where Britta actually blindside elbowed Megan Carter in the head last season. So obviously there's some bad blood or blood in the water there. So I don't mind it. I like when that happens. Because like
hockey needs hatred.
You need it. That's what fuels it. Now watch. There's a rivalry between Seattle and Minnesota. Next game they play ain't going to be pretty.
Yep. Love to see it.
We're here for it.
So that's a story of Seattle's inaugural game at home. Okay, let's head to New York for their home opener. The Vancouver Golden Eyes were in the house and the wee woos were absolutely wee wooing all afternoon. I'm obsessed. I love that they do that after goals. Sorry to like start talking about this game with that, but to me it was very important and very close to my heart. And I absolutely love that they do the wee woo after they score. But I love that they were pouring it on in this game. It was awesome.
Yeah. They even do it like when there's no goal. I remember like Annie kept saying, Mommy, why they keep saying that? And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh my gosh, they're woo-wooing right now. So I got my kids to do it. I was like, this is kind of fun. I dig it. I like that because I like when fans create a chant, a cheer, or something for their squad. And I don't
Me
like
too.
teams to have only one. Like I know, Julia, you're not a soccer fan, but I love how soccer fans have.
Oh,
They basically
respect
have
the
a
soccer
cheer book.
cheers. I'm obsessed. I love when I last year I was at a Scepters game and somebody was handing around a cheers like paper, which I
Really?
appreciated. I love that Ottawa created their own thing with the kazoos. Like I think it's just going to continue to develop more and more in the PWHL. I
gonna
want a full
evolve.
choir book by the end of
Yeah.
season like 5 for each
Yeah.
team.
What do you call that when you have the rings on it?
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's not laminated. It's like when you, Jackie, hop on if you know.
Like your binder?
No, it's like a specific. I'm going to figure it out by the end
I've
of the
been
show.
using
You
the
wait.
word dossier a lot the past couple of days
A
because my sister's a
dossier?
teacher, a French teacher.
Stop.
And it was when she was staying here, like it was snowing a ton in Thunder Bay. And I was like, you should have left a dossier for the supply teacher. I didn't even know I remembered that word. It's like my
Oh
favorite.
my God.
It's my word of the week now. Anyways, Vancouver, New York, they poured on for 5 goals, 5 different goal scorers too, which I think is a great sign for New York and their depth this season because they were just kind of getting it from every angle.
There's some crazy stats coming out of New York where they have, first of all, congrats on consecutive home opener wins for them,
Love
which
it.
was crazy. This is the craziest stat. That was their first regulation win at Prudential Center since last season's home opener.
Okay, that's insane. That's insane. I don't even know what to say about that, but I just feel like I want them to keep the good vibes going.
And there were a ton of great vibes out there going on. Nicole Valerio, I think when she scored, everyone went, what? And it was
I
a
know.
beauty of a goal. Beauty of a goal. First shot, first goal, like high glove laser beam. First rookie D to score out of all the rookie Ds in the league, which I
Right.
love as well. Nicole, look at you, girl. But I have to say, Kristen O'Neill had herself a night.
Dude, she's been good to start in New York.
She started that play.
Yeah.
She's looking extra speedy. I don't know why. Maybe her and Malte were training together this summer, doing something different. I have no idea. She's naturally fast, but this is different. And maybe she's just more, maybe getting traded was the chip on her shoulder she needed to light a fire. Sometimes you need, a new scenery, if you will.
Yeah.
For her, it's working out. Like she's just like puck focused on it, separating body from puck, moving the puck to someone that's coming in with speed. I just feel like she understands her role really well here and is executing it to perfection in New York. Maybe she just likes the colors better. I have no idea. Regardless, it's working. It's nice to see Sarah Fillier get her first goal in this one, which to me was also a crazy stat because turns out to be her first game-winning goal.
Couldn't believe that.
How does that even make sense?
I don't know. I was surprised to see that too.
Anyways, what I loved about this goal and what I was noticing throughout basically the entire game was when you watch hockey, this is a way that Mel Davidson, when I played, used to always say, this is how you know you're playing responsible hockey. So when the camera is following the play of the puck from the side, okay, whatever team is on offense, if there is 4 or more players from defense in the screen, everyone's tracking back fast. That's what you want. Players below the puck or back checking, creating back pressure, right? New York was doing this all game long. They were backtracking so fast and aggressive, creating turnovers. And then it was just like, quick, head the other way. Let's go. Let's get out of here. We don't want to spend time on our end. Let's get through the neutral zone as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Phil Kessel era. You remember when they were timing Phil Kessel when he was cruising through the neutral zone?
I'll never
get
forget
through
it.
the neutral zone, get in the zone. And what I liked was it wasn't always a dump and chase. When it was a dump and chase, it was always strategically placed for someone like Kristen O'Neill to hop on and get it. But they skated in with like possession and confidence for this very young forward group. Casey O'Brien, she was crazy impressive to me this game. I was like, Casey, girl, look at you pop off. This is what the team needs all season long from you. She was skating pucks in, cutting back. Nice dish to Cherkowski on this goal, by the way. Cherkowski, I thought, was going to hammer this thing home, and you could tell she wanted all of this. Leaned into it. It was a little bit of a flub shot, but Sarah Fillier doing the right thing, going to the net with her stick on the ice. off to the side. Tchaikovsky flubs, goes right to Philly. Nice little tap in.
Looked pretty too, even though it was a tap in for some reason.
I
Like
feel
every
it was a tap
goal
in out
that
of the air.
Yeah, every goal New York scored in this game was like pretty.
Yeah.
None of them felt like a garbage goal in front. That one was the closest one to it, and still it felt like it had a ton of finesse to it.
It was because of the way Casey O'Brien set up that play, and Tchaikovsky was perfect in the soft ice. Like this line's great. I really like this line. They were just setting each other up well. When they could be like this pretty fancy line, they aren't. They literally, it's just like simple hockey. Get the puck, find space, put it on net, go, get the rebound, pull it back, get a shot on net, rebound. Like it's just so simple and not overthought where they're like, maybe if I make another pass, this will be super nice. There's none of that. There's none of that at all.
Yeah.
It's one pass, shot on net, let's go. And I like it. They were good. O'Brien and Tchaikovsky got their first points too as a Siren on that Philly goal, which is kind of cool. So the whole line had their first of the season, if you will. Peyton Levis as well, go Bucks, had a hell of a game. Pepe's going to have a good season.
She has been. The first couple games have been awesome for her.
I know.
Yeah.
Was it the fact that maybe she was too busy living in the shadows of Carp and Philly? You know, what was that?
And she had to be like the third wheel on that line. Remember that?
No one talked. She's like, guys, I'm here too. She was taping her hockey card to their dual hockey card.
Yeah, I don't know.
But on her goal, Kristen O'Neill, again, getting the puck. She got on her horse, heavy forecheck on this one. I can't give Kristen O'Neill praise enough and Casey O'Brien praise enough in this game. They had fantastic games. I loved the shot first mentality from Pwhl. And what the best part was after this goal, I remember being like, holy smokes, like New York, okay, Vancouver, let's respond. And that wasn't the case. New York came out and it was like Vancouver was still on their heels and New York got it right back in, got a chance right on net again. And it was just like, uh-oh, the ice is heavily tilted right now. And it felt like Vancouver was just trying to find something to hold on to, some way to get out of their end and to slow this down. But I like the aggressiveness. I like the way they backtrack fast in this game up to this point. And I loved everything Kristen O'Neill was doing. And it's not surprising that that play that was made on the penalty kill that O'Neill hustled and blew by everybody and gets the jailbreak goal. And I thought it was hilarious too that after she scored, I was like, oh yay, because usually everyone like goes to the penalty box and like celebrates and like gets their player out. Wasn't the case at all. They just panned to Gerard getting out of the box like, hey guys, thanks. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
that goal was so sick. I was so happy for Kristen O'Neill. Like it honestly kind of reminded me of the Abby Rock goal on a lesser scale, like without the between the legs.
Okay, I was going to say.
Part of it, but same fake off to the side. I was so happy for her. I'm really happy for Kristen and the way this start to the season has gone, honestly.
Me too. And this is the Kristen O'Neill I think that we all had an expectation for. This is what we expected to see of Kristen O'Neill always. So it's nice to see that it's happening. Crazy too to think that was the first jailbreak goal this season that wasn't on an empty net. This game was full of randoms.
Oh yeah, there was a couple of ENG jailbreaks. Any thoughts on Vancouver from this one?
Same, like, it's not like they weren't getting chances. I was chatting with Karvinen'S a little bit. I was like, you guys are getting chances. Things are looking good in that sense. But like, there's no, the gel's not there yet. Like I said, it's still thinking hockey. It's not playing hockey. And there's a difference. Right?
Ooh, I feel like there should be a pause there. I really like that quote.
Did you?
It's not thinking hockey. It's thinking hockey, not playing hockey. Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. And I think you predicted that at least with, it's not going to be so easy with the expansion teams to start, even if you got so many good players and have so much obvious talent. It's not so easy to just throw a team together. So be interesting to see how they flush it all out in Vancouver and Seattle.
Calty got her first goal too. I got to say that.
Oh my gosh, we didn't even mention it. And her family was in the house. Calty, it was a beauty. So happy for her. Felt like in that first game, she went insane in Ottawa, like with the hits, with the physical. Like you couldn't take your eyes off her in Ottawa in a way that was almost like she had to disappear a little bit more in order to be able to score a goal like she did on Saturday. Is it weird to say like she's really found herself after 3 games and there she is with her first goal in the league?
I think this team got so comfortable with each other and themselves. They're comfortable in themselves with each other. Does that make sense? Where like I said, there's not a lot of thinking happening in it. They're not overthinking or thinking this game. They're just really fluid in playing it together, which is really nice and fun to see. So I think that that plays into the benefit of a player like Kalti. Where some nights, you know what? Some nights she is going to have to be the player that throws hits and just steals back momentum and like grinds and wears a team down or distracts them a little bit.
And it seems like she's cool with that occasionally too, because she's like a particular character. She's like, if something goes wrong on my game day, like I relate to that. Like I'm the same way.
Yeah,
so
like what if
nights
she
like
goes
that,
somewhere and there's no blizzards?
Terrible. So on those nights, she's got to commit to be a little bit more of a physical player and a little bit more of a grinding presence. And then some nights, like Saturday, she gets to be the finesse queen and Potter first of the season. Family in the house too. I feel like I said that already, but I was happy for her. And apparently, I didn't see it on the broadcast. Someone sent us a DM about it. There was a Spritz the hamster sign. Someone had one in the crowd in New York.
Spritz was there.
No. Sorry, I faked you out there. Someone had a sign for Spritz the hamster, which I feel like would motivate Kalti based on our hilarious conversation with her.
I think it's safe to assume. Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that first goal was dedicated to Spritzy.
But her family was in the house, so who had Spritz? I need to know. This is the
Remember, she has a friend over there that is willing.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she told us. Yeah, she's got a good pal that's going to take care of Spritzy. The rookies on New York combined for 8 points in their first 3 games. Okay.
So wild.
Go on,
congratulations to them. They just seem like they're having fun.
Yeah.
The vibe is totally different in New York. They feel like they're connected. I keep going back to the word fun, but that's what it feels like they're having. It feels loose. It feels fun. It feels okay to make mistakes. Like I was really curious to see how they'd bounce back after that game versus Montreal.
Yeah.
And didn't seem like it fazed them very much.
None. Move on. Park it. Take what you can from it. Throw it away. That's how good teams play. What do we get from this game? Win or lose? Cool. Not too high, not too low. Just here. We know what we're doing.
We woo. We woo. We woo.
We woo. We woo.
Yeah, congratulations to the Sirens on their second consecutive home opener win. And then let's head to Toronto for their home opener. The Scepters, you mentioned it. You were there with the kiddies. You were hanging with the Rattray fam. We heard before this game, no Daryl Watts. She's a little under the weather and banged up. Not a fun combination to be, but one that everyone kind of is at this time of year, it feels like. Why do I feel under the weather and banged up too?
It's tis this season. There's too much happening, too much going on.
You're so right. But Renata found us back in the lineup. Very happy to see that.
Did you see the hit she took by the bench? Where literally Buckles and I both stood up immediately. We were like, oh no. Gina had mentioned, she was just out we didn't want anything lingering, just give her a little extra rest. And like, that scared me for Renata. I was a little worried for her, especially the kind of year that it is too, right? It's an Olympic year. You don't want to be limping into the Olympics. You want to be top notch. But she got up slow. She made her way to the bench, but then she was out there for the power play. So
you got to get out there for the peeper.
Yeah. But how about this Boston Fleet team?
I know.
Undefeated.
Love them. Love them to start. Love their rookies. Love the way that they've connected already. Gosh, Abby Newhook. That's cool.
Okay. Can I just say something? First of all, there needs to be a chant that like Fleet can't be beat. It's just too easy. I don't know. But like, if you're not sure what team to be a fan of in this league, jump on this ship. Get yourself one of those hats and jump on this ship because this is going to be a fun year, I think, for all Boston Fleet fans. Abby Newhook. Okay, so Blair Turnbull, whatever. She's a leader. Obviously, home opener for Toronto, has to score the first goal of the game. Rightfully so. She's a cap. I really like this play because Harman did a fantastic job. I dislike when people allow a power play to just enter the zone. Like, oh, here's the neutral zone. Come on in. Make it easy. Where Harman was just like, nah, stepping up at the blue. And Harman's not even a big player, but she's smart, angled it perfect, stick on puck, separated. I think it was Comfer that made a beautiful chip. Just gave it a quick look over her shoulder, nice chip in the middle, off to the races was Turnbull. And as soon as I saw this play happen, I was like, ooh, this is going to be a good game for Toronto. And then Boston said, no, it's not. Right?
It's going to be bad.
You're going to hate us. But what a play by Blair. Solid finish for the cap. It was awesome to hear the plays pop off. I must say, okay, and Scepters, this is I'm not throwing shade. The intros and everything that happened in Toronto, the crowd was a little quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Buckles and I were like, what's happening here? What's going on?
It's Toronto still,
Maybe. But when Blair scored her goal, then it was like, whoa. Okay, they are here for this.
Do you know what I actually find is that fans in Toronto, this has been my experience at least, and just to be clear, something that I do as well.
Mhm.
People in Toronto show up for puck drop.
Everyone was in their
7:08.
seats though, Julia.
Oh, really? And
It
it was
felt-
still like kind of quiet?
Yes.
I
I was
find
like,
that
that's not loud enough. I
yeah,
felt
yeah.
like, are we missing something? Because in-house did a great job.
They needed a goal.
That's what they wanted. They didn't care.
Yeah.
They're like, hurry up.
Like, we want to see
We
goals.
want to see Blair score a goal. And Blair did. Anyways, New Hook scoring her goal for
This was a
the Fleet.
beautiful thing.
Okay.
Like, this is a goal that you show kids and you're like, this is what you do.
Thank you. Perfect. The stuff I heard about New Hook, the scouting reports, if you will, about New Hook were, speed. Going to be worried about her speed in this league. Everyone, shut up. Don't give me that. I don't want to hear it anymore. She won that foot race and won the battle on top of it, earned this space, made a nice play, rebound pops out. She's still going to the net. She didn't stand back and watch her teammate try and do something. She's a player. She got on her horse, went to the net, nice little rebound. Sure, it was kind of like, I don't want to say a lucky bounce because she was in the right spot and she actually did kind of take a swing at it. But it was a great all-round hockey play by her. And I was just like, yes, that is why I picked you in my, what was it, top 10, top 15. This kid can shoot and she's a player. She's smart. We heard Courtney Kennedy talk about her on Courtney's Corner.
Yep.
She loves her. I know this kid's going to be a problem in this league. And it seems like she's figured it out a little bit in this game. And like, what a confidence builder for her to have that in Toronto in a venue and to just silence them.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a Boston Fleet player, that's kind of like the attitude and swagger you got to have. Is like, is there anything better than making a rink so quiet you can hear a pin drop outside of your own mom and dad cheering probably up in a box somewhere?
Especially
Anyways.
in Toronto somehow, like,
Oh,
just feels good for a Boston athlete.
I know.
Really happy for Abby Newhook. Like, I couldn't get over that goal. She just looked so strong and so poised.
Like she'd been
so,
playing in the league for 10 years and the league's only been around for 3.
Yeah, unbelievable. Congratulations to her on that. It's what a first goal in the league to get. Like, to have that be the highlight reel of your first goal in the league is just
sick.
Wow.
Coolest.
What a beautiful thing.
Because she started it and finished it.
Yeah. Yeah. She was the
That's
driver of
it.
that whole play. It was so
Love
sick
it.
to see.
Speaking of starting it as well, Susanna Tapany's thanking her and Rattray. Her and Rattray were on something in this shift.
Yep.
I was like, whoa. I felt bad for Toronto. I was like, when you're just trying to come up for air, you're like, oh my God, I can't catch my breath. And they were just like, Ratty was on it. New Hook was on it. New Hook made separation. Ratty comes in, picks up the puck. Perfect forecheck. Feeds Tap. Of course, Tap's scoring from there. It's Susanna Tapany, ladies and gentlemen. And she scores goals. And she's one of the goal-scoring leaders on this team for a reason.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know. I love Tap in general. Cock of the
She's
year.
so
What a
cute.
player.
Cock of the year. Wasn't there an absolute, everyone, just to give context on that, you'll have to go back and listen to. If you haven't heard our season 2 interview with Susanna Tapany, she won a very
prestigious award.
Prestigious
in her hometown.
but strangely named award in her hometown. So we're not speaking out of term there. That is a real award that she won. Go back and listen to the interview. Maybe my favorite memeable moment of the PWHL season so far.
I love that you jumped on that so fast.
I wasn't fast. I didn't post it till the next day and I was really mad at myself about that. So that's fine. But Susanna and Aaron Frankel hugging one another at the end of the game while everyone was fighting.
I know.
And the way Tap went up to her and just like really
slowly,
like, so lovingly
caress.
brought her into her arms.
Yeah. I got you.
It was
girl.
so nice.
Don't worry.
There's a million captions you can put on that. Like a million. The
House
one
is
I put
burning.
was when the world is burning around you, but at least you have your bestie.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the vibe, you know? Like there's honestly a million things you can put on that. All of them are applicable, which is great.
It kind of reminds me of the time when Courtney Kessel and I got in a brawl with the Lamoureux twins in Vermont. And one of them had forearm shivered Zabby as they were skating by. So we were having none of that. Anyways, a massive fight breaks out. Okay. So I've got Kelly Stack. And all of a sudden somebody jumps on my back. And who is it but Megan Bozak, right? And I'm like, what the heck? I'm trying to get Bozak off of me. I got Stack on the ground. And then I'm like, who doesn't have a player? Why do I have 2? Like, and I'm getting choked out from behind here. And I got one swinging at me on the ground. Like, this ain't fair. So then when I went and looked back, Wick, this is my favorite Wick moment, was chatting with the ref, pointing like, excuse me. Meanwhile, I'm fighting for my life over here like, chicken, get over here.
I guess at least she wasn't hugging the ref, in fairness to her. It could have been a step worse.
Fair. Totally
Imagine
fair.
if you're just standing by
like arm in arm with the ref.
Stay here, Wick. You'll be safe. As she should. Like Canadian legend. You want to protect her. So fair
Yeah.
enough.
My gosh.
Fair
I
enough.
imagine if she hurt her hand, I would feel so bad if I blew up Wick because we
Yeah.
needed Wick a lot.
So it's all good. And Mueller with the empty netter.
That made Annie so happy. So Annie has chosen to wear number 11, my daughter, Annie, because Ava, her friend who was at the game with her, chose 11. So anyways, then we get her those upper deck of cards. Doesn't she pull Alina Mueller on it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
And I was like, Annie, number 11, Alina Mueller, she's really good. There she is. I would point her out when she was on the ice. And then, but it bothered her a little bit that it wasn't from the Scepters because that's her favorite team. Regardless, it was okay that Alina Mueller scored the empty net goal. Annie was cheering for that. But I have to say thank you to, we went down and we're giving fist bumps to the player ahead of the third period. The players ahead of the third period. And Annie's mom, Ella Shelton, walked past and came back and took a little picture with her for me. And then Kiara Zanin, who wears number 11 for the Scepters. I was like, Kiara, my daughter Annie. And then I don't know what she said to her. I have to ask Kiara, but she like bent down on a knee and like put her arm around Annie and whispered something in her ear and then like turned around and gave me the thumbs up. I was just like, this is what makes our league
so cute.
This is what makes this league the best in the whole entire world is that these players get it. And it wasn't just because it's me. I've seen them do this with plenty other kids in every other city. Like these players get it. They understand the moment and they understand their responsibility as a role model in this league to make those connections to keep inspiring. So thank you to those ladies for doing that and for Alina Mueller for scoring that empty net so my daughter had something to cheer for.
Oh, absolutely. That's so sweet. And congratulations to the Boston Fleet, undefeated on the season, sitting on top of the standings very sexily. I absolutely love that for them.
With those hats.
With those hats on, and their player of the game award is like literally the wheel of shit. Okay. Into it. Love it. Don't know how you're traveling with that, but respect it.
Yeah, who's in charge of lugging that thing around? Not me.
You know it's the poor equipment manager.
Yeah.
Like, you know the equipment manager gets saddled with that. I should really just have a podcast where I interview equipment managers because you know it's like my true interest with hockey.
You're so diehard. I know.
They're the best. They don't get enough love.
They are. I totally agree.
I'm tearing up thinking of them. Like they just don't get enough appreciation. Okay, our next chat is an exciting one. We dropped news on Friday, Jocks Next Gen. Officially a show. While we're talking about this, did you see Buckle's 60 Seconds with Marie-Philippe Poulin?
Yes, I did. Great.
Unbelievable.
Who was nervous?
She was nervous. It was so good. It was, she's done so many good ones over the past year or so since she started kicking off the 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite of all time. I think it was the best. When she said, who's your girl crush in the league? That's Buckle's favorite question. She loves to get the hands sweating about who's your favorite girl crush.
And who actually thought about it really hard for a minute. It was like, you're married and you play on the same team. That's your girl crush.
Wife. And Buckles was so quick with it when she said, you actually have to say
you have to.
Yeah. Unbelievable. But of course, that's not the only exciting thing Buckles has going on right now. Her new show drops Wednesday. We caught up with Florence Schelling to talk more about it.
Who is her co-host extraordinaire.
Okay, so we dropped some big news on Friday and then we casually just let it marinate out in the universe. People have been messaging us about it like crazy, which is exactly what we're hoping for. Very excited to welcome into JockssinJills and like into the JockssinJills family.
Yeah.
Legendary goaltender Florence Schelling. Hey, welcome to the show. How we doing?
Hi, thank you so much. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're great. And like, we're better now that your new show, Jocks Next Gen, is officially in the fold and part of PWHL Media House. First episode drops tomorrow on Wednesday, December 3rd. Let's start with like, how's life going with working with our little Buck? Like, we love her to death. We like, where is she right now even? I don't know.
I don't know. I thought she was going to be on the show, but now I heard she has a doctor's appointment. So
classic Buckles.
Fingers crossed. I hope everything's well. But it's going really well. It's been an absolute pleasure to like get to know Buckles. We've had a lot of calls previous to the show, and it's like every call has been like more fun and like getting to know her. I'm excited to be co-hosting with her.
Yeah. Bucky's is a good time.
It's a
You know
good
what I
chat.
love the most about their connection, Julia, is the fact that Buckles played in Boston for head coach Courtney Kessel. Florence and I know her as Courtney Burchard.
Yeah.
Flo used to, when she played in the in the CWHL, she played for Brampton, which was the same team Courtney played for. So Flo would fly in. Courtney would pick her up from the airport the night before a game. They'd probably down a couple bottles of wine, just catching up, going over some stuff. And then Florence would literally post a shutout against us. And I'd be like, man, what the hell? What can't Florence do? And just as an example, Florence does do everything. Like she's a mother right now with a very fresh baby, working a pod like this, keeping up on the SDHL for us and the stars that could potentially come into the PWHL, right, Flo?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And also in the first ever World Championship where Switzerland won the bronze medal, Florence not only stopped 8 million shots, but she also got an assist in the game. So she literally did everything except score a goal. So there should probably be a segment like, what can't Florence do? And it would just be an empty segment, but I'm into it. Yeah. So who can we expect on the pod? What kind of stars are we going to hear from, Florence?
We're super excited to have a bunch of different standout players coming on to the pod. First up, Caroline Harvey. And then we're also going to have Abby Murphy.
Heyo.
Just dropping 2 names right here.
Oh.
Super exciting.
Heavy hitters to start. Yeah, that's amazing. Florence, can I ask, like these college kids now are wild. Is there one that's maybe, and Caroline Harvey, Abby Murphy are names I feel like everybody knows. This next draft class is absolutely loaded. Is there a player whose name maybe we're not as familiar with that you're excited to promote on the podcast and to share more about?
Maybe from the SDHL?
Yeah,
absolutely. Looking at the SDHL, there are a few potential players that I can totally see making the step all the way from Sweden to the PWHL. One of them will be Petra Nieminen, a Finnish center, an absolute stud of a player. And she's been proving herself for many, many years on the international stage in Sweden, the SDHL. And I really, truly believe that she can be a player that can make a difference in a PWHL.
And you know what I like about her? She kind of has like North American like chip on her shoulder. Like she's a Euro player, but she's got that North American grit and chip. Like I feel like she's always hungry out there when she plays, when we watch her with the national team at least.
I agree 100%. She's the kind of player that can change the game within one shift.
Hopefully she enters the draft and we can watch more of her. Like we said, expansion's coming to probably 4 teams. If Amy Shear is a betting woman, we will update you if we hear back from her that she is. But Flo, we're excited to listen to your show. We're excited to talk about all these upcoming stars that will be entering the P-Dub. And obviously, here's some fun banter between you and Buck. Does she mention Harvard a lot? Like, be honest. Does she mention that she went to Harvard and you went to Northeastern?
Actually, I'm surprised she didn't yet. Maybe that will come.
Wow. Honestly, we make fun of Bucks for a lot, but she doesn't mention it that much. She wears her little fancy ring and it's kind of low key and it's pretty. And she doesn't say too much. She'll just hit you with, she does that thing with her bangs.
Yeah.
And I think it's secretly so you can see the Harvard ring.
I have not seen that ring.
You gotta look for it. It's the gold. She only wears the one. It's her Harvard ring, and it's very. It's not over the top. It's perfectly subtle. It says, "I went to Harvard" without screaming it.
Nice.
Now you know, Flo. Now you know.
Now you got to watch out for it. Again, guys, Jocks Next Gen. The first episode drops this Wednesday, December 3rd. Can't wait to see it with Florence Schelling and Emma Buckles. Feels weird to call her Emma Buckles. I don't think I'll do it again. But thank you so much, Flo, for coming on the show and joining us. And we can't wait to see yours on Wednesday.
Thank you so much. Make sure to tune in on Wednesday. We're excited.
We will definitely. Thanks, Florence.
Okay, again, Wednesday, December 3rd, Jocks Next Gen. Don't miss it, guys. We're very excited. Obviously, some heavy hitters to start. KK Harvey, Abby Murphy.
Okay.
Like, could we start any hotter with guests?
Love
I do not think so. Very excited about it. Before we keep going here, we want to take a second to talk to you about Sober Carpenter. It's the official non-alcoholic beer of the PWHL. Sober Carpenter is a Canadian craft brewery dedicated to non-alcoholic beer. It's brewed with the same care and ingredients as traditional craft beer and crafted for those who love beer but don't love the hangover. It's full flavor, zero compromise on taste or quality. There's a wide range of styles and flavors from bold IPAs to smooth lagers and seasonal releases. It's perfect for any occasion, celebrating, training, taking a night off, hockey watching, like all the things that you need in life.
Or just
Features
having a beer.
award-winning taste, recognized at international beer competitions, and of course, it's proudly Canadian since 2019. If you're trying to get your paws on some Soper Carpenter, it's available at your local grocery store across Canada or online at sobercarpenter.ca. Thank you very much to them for sponsoring the Jocks and Jills podcast. And again, being the official non-alcoholic beer of the PWHL. We love you guys, and we love a beer without having to think about it too much the next day. So thank you very much to them. Let's look ahead at what's going on this week. Tuesday, Minnesota at Ottawa. I have just gotten the official text that I'm going to be the ringside reporter at that game Tuesday night. Our poor buddy Rob Pizzo still down for the count with an illness, so I'm going to be filling in there. So if I seem like a fill-in, it's because I am, everyone. So everyone, just be nice to me.
You're good at your job.
Wednesday, Vancouver at Boston, 7 p.m. Eastern. That one's on TSN in Canada, Nessun in the States. Of course, YouTube. Guys, last week the YouTube music was different during the ad break.
I know.
And it really stressed me out. It doesn't feel like P-Dub hockey.
I like the bouncing P-Dub sign on the screen.
It's a little mobility. It's
I
good.
love
I
it.
like it. It's action, It's action. I'm like, is it going to hit there?
Is
it
it?
hit there?
You got to cheer when it does.
New York at Seattle, 10 p.m. Eastern. Oh, those 10 p.m. games, they're starting for us, Tessa.
Yeah.
We'll have Sober Carpenters out. TSN in Canada, on MSG in the States, YouTube in the States too. And then Thursday, Ottawa is in Toronto, 7 p.m. Eastern. That game's on TSN in Canada.
That game, there's going to be 23 rowdy individuals attending from the Shirley Girlies. We're doing our annual Scepters game, and that's the one. And I got to say, I'm excited to be able to go to the rink and give my good buddy Carla a big hug, wrap my arms around her.
Oh, I'm excited for you guys. It's going to be great. Let's keep her going with our interview this week that's brought to you by AERO, the official chocolate bar of the PWHL. On or off the ice, feel the bubbles melt. I don't know why I really like that little tag. Like, it makes me really want to eat an AERO bar.
Yeah, your mouth starts to water.
Feel the bubbles melt? Like, I want in on that, please. It's like 10 a.m., but I could use a chocolate bar. This was an interview you and I got to sit down and do together in person in Vancouver. Very lucky to do that, and very lucky to know this person and to have covered her in my career, honestly. Michelle Karvinen is a hockey legend in Finland, internationally. I'm really excited that she's going to play pro here in North America and just see her star and her profile rise, because she is such a star on and off the ice. Like, what she does on the ice, obviously Finland's all-time points leader internationally, is just incomparable. But then she's got these great outfits and this great dog off the ice and this great personality. Cool. Like, I learned a couple things about her in this interview that I was not expecting at all. I enjoyed. Do you have any thoughts before we go into it here?
No, just that kid's a player. And, it's always nice when a really talented and hardworking player is also equally as great of a human being. And that's exactly Michelle Karvinen. She's just good people. So Vancouver, you got a good one here. She's a true superstar in every sense of the word.
She is. And here she is on the Jocks and Jills podcast. It's Michelle Carpenter. Okay, we were so lucky to sit down with her at the draft, and we're even luckier to get to sit down with her in Vancouver, her new home. It's Michelle Karvinen. Thanks so much for coming on Jocks and Jills.
Thank you so much.
I know it's been a pretty long day, so we appreciate you taking the time and bearing with us here. We promise this will be pain-free mostly.
Mostly pain-free. What's it like, just right off the bat, to be back here for you?
It's amazing. It's definitely a full circle moment for me. I right now live across from where I lived in 2010. So it's a little bit unreal to actually that what was then and what is now, and kind of coming back here and being a pro hockey player is pretty cool.
So you're in the Olympic Village where we were?
I'm right across from it, so I can see it. Yeah.
I remember where Team Finland was posted up. What is that Red Barn place now? Is that a grocery store?
No, I think it's like a restaurant, but I'm not sure. I haven't been there, but
haven't been exploring it. Cool. Yeah, we heard that there are a lot of things 2010 that resurface from time to time. When the ladies were having a party, you said you'd bring a deck of cards over, and it was actually one of your teammates that told us was like, yeah, put it in a museum. I was like, relax.
Yeah.
I still have the same deck of cards as well. It's the light blue ones, right?
Yeah. From the doping, we got those free cards. Yeah. Yeah. They're definitely giving me the rookie treatment here. It's pretty funny.
They pick on you a little bit.
Yeah, they are.
They reverse
any chance they get. It's fun. It's all good.
I love that. Any lost in translation moments yet?
A little bit sometimes, but old trick in the book, just go behind the line, so then everything's good.
Yeah.
You've had practice with that.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your origins in hockey? You grew up in Denmark, right?
Yeah, so I grew up in Denmark and have a Danish mom and a Finnish dad, and was actually playing with boys for many years. And I think I was around 12, then I realized that I actually had a chance to play with the Finnish national team and had to make a decision which direction I wanted to go.
In terms of which national team?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that I think that was about the first time that I actually got to play with like other female players or women's players. So yeah, and I think it was a pretty easy decision. Obviously I had a lot more opportunities joining the Finnish team. So and I think I probably wouldn't be sitting here today without making that decision.
Was there much organized women's hockey in Denmark when you first started, if at all?
No, definitely not. It was there was a women's team, but it was we got the last ice time slot, and I could only join once a week because otherwise it was too late. So it was definitely mainly just playing with boys growing up.
So what got you on the ice in the first place?
I think like many people I had an older brother and saw him playing and it looked cool and I wanted to be like my brother. So
they looked cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, you guys look cool. I can't wait to be that cool.
I gotta be doing that.
Now you're the coolest one of the whole bunch. That's awesome.
Your dad played too, right?
Yes. So he also played, later on became a coach and then decided to become a skills coach and kind of been teaching me throughout my career and definitely been kind of doing the groundwork for my skating style, technique and things like that. So I definitely can thank him for sitting here as well.
It's commonplace. We've talked to some players who are like, oh, I moved away to Shattuck St. Mary's at the age of 12 or 15 or 16. And for yourself, you moved away, but it was a little bit different because for them, they were just moving to another English-speaking place. For yourself, you're moving from speaking Danish with all of your Danish teammates to having to live in Espoo, Finland, playing for the Blues, knowing not a lick of Finnish. So how does a young kid, and at what age, were you 16 when that happened?
Yeah, 16.
Wow.
So how did you, one, even go about practice and two, to converse with anybody?
I think definitely, the hockey was, my safe space, that we were speaking the same language there. You could kind of have a couple hours where everything was just smooth. But obviously it was a transition and it was a transition moving to Finland. And also, again, when I went to college, learning a new language, new culture and all those things. But I think it's also one of those things you really appreciate about hockey. It has definitely given you a broader perspective to different cultures, different people, and just kind of enjoying, the whole experience that's also outside of hockey.
So is it true you had to live there for 2 years prior to being able to actually skate with the Finnish national team?
Wow. I was actually going to my first World Championship when I was 16, but 2 weeks before they called me. It was like, hey, we screwed it up. It's not enough for you. You need to move here. So then it was like, I need to wait for another 2 years and I'm not going to go with the world. And my world kind of broke together there. But, it was definitely a good learning experience for me. And, and I got to move to Finland and actually learn about the Finnish culture and everything like that. So I think it was definitely very, very valuable for me anyway.
That's wild. So you had essentially made the team at 16.
Heartbreaking. It was stolen from you.
Yeah.
And were your parents just like, we're all moving? Or were they just like, let's find you a billet?
I think they were like, so what do you want to do? And then right away I was like, I want to do it. Because I feel like, I was already I already had put my mind on, this is what I want to do. So I knew that would be the only way I could go and play for the Finnish team. So for me, it was an easy decision. I think for my parents, it was like, oh, so what do we do? Like, do we move too, or what do we do? But luckily, we found a really nice host family that I lived with for a couple of years.
Who was the host family? Do you still keep in touch?
Yeah, well, we do, and they're also at my wedding and things like that.
Aw.
So no, we're super close, and it was one of my teammates' family. The sister had been playing handball in Denmark and had a similar experience, needed a family, so they wanted kind of to return the favor from me.
Cool.
Special.
You got to play with a former teammate of mine as well, Emma Laaksonen, who was a young phenom in the Finnish program as well, now doing a lot of great things with the IHF. She was talking about, how ever since you joined the team, that one of the first things she remembers was you always had to have a translator. And there was a game where Team Finland was playing against Team Canada, I guess, and you guys had a horrible first period. And the coach came in and was tearing everyone a new one, just going off, and like storms out of the room and door slams. And then he pops his head back in and he goes, Emma, translate. So you could understand what the heck what he was yelling all about. How often did something like that happen where coaches kind of forgot that, their stud player didn't understand a lick of what they were saying when they were trying to really hammer a point home?
Yeah, it's definitely sometimes been a little bit of an issue, but I think most of the time, everybody's been very nice, like translating to me. But there has been a few times where there's been some trouble, and I haven't really realized that, the house is on fire.
Right.
But it's like still sitting in the house, So definitely been some translation things that has been, difficult, but also funny.
It almost has to work in your favor, I feel. Like a coach could be like tearing you new and you have no idea. You're just on the bench looking around.
Yeah.
Not a clue, just totally naive to what the heck's happening. You go out there, just have a wicked shift. That's awesome. So was English the common language that you guys would speak to each other? Because I know Emma speaks 5 languages. So like, what are you at?
Oh, no, I would say I'm comfortable at 3. So
Okay.
I would communicate with them either in English or Swedish.
Okay.
The Finns, they have Swedish in school. I guess similar to here in Canada with French and things like that. So depending on each player, what they felt most comfortable about, that would be the language we would choose. So, yeah. But, there's definitely a lot of languages that are... I play with a lot of like different teammates, and you have learned a lot of different languages throughout your career as well.
How many languages can you swear in?
Oh,
I was going to say, you learned a lot of swear words. Yeah.
I don't know.
Our brains the same.
Maybe I will push it to 5 or 6, like depending how angry I am. Maybe a 6.
It's so good.
What comes out of the mouth my easiest when you're upset? Is it just Danish swear words?
I would say Finnish. It's just like
Really?
Yeah, they swear all the time. Like, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Like they seem so shy, but they can, either they're like just like super shy, or then they're just like all out.
Finnish people have trucker mouths. Noted.
Good to know. But you don't speak much Finnish, right?
No, I have tried to learn throughout the years, but it's very hard language.
Susanna Tappany was just like, can you ask her how much Finnish she actually knows? I'm like, well, how much does she know? She was like, nothing. I'm like, oh my gosh, all those years?
That's
I know,
amazing.
they're
Like
so-
such an iconic Finnish player.
I know. Isn't it wild?
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I love it. It's a good fun fact.
Yeah, it is definitely, and it's still something that shocks people. And I was like, I don't know, like today, one of our coaches was like, "So I learned a lot of Finnish when I was coaching in Finland." I was like, "Oh, you probably know more than me." And he's like,
so
"What?"
good.
Yeah, can you teach me some?
Give you some brush up. So you had to wait the full 2 years to go to your first Worlds.
Yeah.
You absolutely pop off in your first World Championship. What was the anticipation like in the weeks that you knew you were finally going to get the opportunity to play in that tournament that it kind of had been torn away from you 2 years prior?
I think I have had like 2 years to really prepare for this moment. And I think for me, I just remember just enjoying every single moment when I just finally got there, and just super much like excitement and things like that. And obviously like growing up, I didn't even know it existed. I was collecting like NHL cards, and I didn't know anything like that would ever be possible for me as a female hockey player.
What kind of NHL cards were you collecting? Did you have favorites?
Oh, Teemu Selanne.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even know why I asked.
Okay, in 2010.
Yeah.
I sat with him in Wick and like major crush on that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Everybody's got a
everybody.
crush on that
Oh
guy.
my gosh. I couldn't even speak English. I couldn't speak Finnish. I couldn't speak anything.
How is he
And
always so tanned?
He
Like, what
literally,
is the
he's always
deal?
tan. I want to get on his Temu party. Have you been on his Temu party bus? Tell me you have.
No,
Oh my
I
God.
haven't. I
Okay.
haven't.
And he was like, yeah, I'm not good looking anymore. Since I broke my jaw, I was like, okay, wrong.
Wrong.
You're still
Absolutely
drop
wrong.
dead. What a legend
Yeah.
Teemu Selanne is. What a great card to collect. Did you have any female role models? And at what point in your career did you finally discover, female players that you could look up to? Was it when you joined the national team, maybe?
Well, I knew a couple before that. Erica Howe, she has had a couple different names. So, but obviously, legend in Finnish women's ice hockey, but also Wickenheiser. I remember she was playing in Finland, and I thought that was so cool. She was playing with the men's.
Oh
and
yeah, she actually told a story recently about like the young girl at her rank that eventually played on the Finnish ice hockey team.
Yeah.
Is that you?
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't
So
me, but I
cool
know
though.
her.
That would have had a major impact. I know there's
Yeah.
a woman playing in the
Yeah.
men's league there.
It just opened some doors, and you started dreaming a little bit bigger, and so definitely something that was super cool to see. And I think that's like the main thing for the new generation. They have a lot to dream of, because all of this is happening. But for my generation, you just grabbed onto anything just to kind of keep the dream alive.
I'm going to bop around here on this, Julie, a little bit because you mentioned Erica. You actually had the opportunity to design the IHF logo for the Worlds in 2019, the Worlds that Finland won. And you actually paid homage to her. Her maiden name was Valila, Erica Valila, right? She's what's her new last name now? Her maiden name?
Sallinen.
Yeah. So what one, did they approach you and ask you if you wanted to design it? And two, what made you choose her? And like, how big of an impact did she actually have in women's hockey in Finland, and you in particular? I feel like she's kind of the Wickenheiser of Finland. Is that fair to say?
Definitely. I think there is no one in her generation. And and I'm saying her generation because she actually ended up making a comeback. But for me, when I first, got to know her and followed her, she was by far the best European player.
Yeah.
There was nobody who was even close to being as good as her. And she retired because of some injuries, and she got 3 kids, and 10 years went past. She came back as a team leader for us for World Championships, and it was on a day off. We was like, hey, jump on the ice with us. Like, let's see what you got. And she was out there with us, and we were like, you still got it. And she we were just obviously joking a little bit. Also, she was still so good.
Yeah.
And she trained all summer, and she made a comeback. 10 years,
wild.
3 kids, and came back. And I actually had the pleasure to learn from her and play with her for her last couple of years of her career. And just amazing person, and just what she has done for Finnish hockey, but also for European hockey. I feel like she really put everybody on the map, and just a lot of respect, and being able to. I knew that would be the last World Championships for her, so I wanted to do something special. So when the federation asked me, it was a quick decision to actually honor her.
That's wicked. The player had her number 13 on it. The craziest thing about Rika, you mentioned, oh yeah, she retired, it'd been 10 years, she had 3 kids. She posted a picture, of her in the locker room with the girls, kind of announcing her comeback, I guess. She was in a sports bra, and she had a 6-pack.
Oh my
shredded.
gosh.
Just shredded. I remember being like, did she adopt children? Because she did not birth one of those. I am almost sure. I had Theo, and I was like, there's no way. How is she that jacked? She is a machine. She's
was
built
the
for
most
hockey.
ripped. Most ripped, and 40 something. And
It's crazy.
Nobody was even close to her.
No, unfair.
That's unbelievable. What other art are you into?
I studied graphic design in college. So that's
Sick.
actually how I assumed they knew about that, and I thought it would be a cool thing to do. And obviously I'm super happy how it turned out, especially for having the opportunity to honoring her at her last World Championships.
You've got a wicked sense of style too. Are you into are you gonna design your own hats and stuff, or what's the play here? You should collab with Mariah Keppel.
I definitely would like to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe not do it as a profession, but it would be really, really cool to learn how to do it.
Yeah. Tell us about the hat collection. I think you might have, like, there's a lot of great
Did they all
hats
come?
in the PW.
No, I brought a lot, but I definitely have already, a couple spots here in Vancouver, and I actually have this hat shop here. It's an Italian hat shop that are making custom hats, and
Cool.
they're actually making a custom hat for the premiere. So it would be super cool. I'm picking it up here later today, so I'm excited to wear it tomorrow.
Nice.
Fun. Did you like go get your head measured and stuff?
Yeah, everything. Yeah, I picked out everything. Yeah.
I know, I'm just
Did they
wondering.
measure your head?
I'm serious. Like, you just like get a measuring tape out.
It's definitely a lot more details that goes into it than what you think. So it's
Like, you think
definitely
about
like
trying
a
on a helmet.
handcraft.
You just throw them on.
Yeah,
So
fits,
medium,
doesn't fit.
small.
Yeah.
Crank the thing at the back. Makes
Yeah.
it fit a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Your time with the national team, I feel like you talk about Rika and what she meant to you, but for you, does it ever dawn on you just how big of a presence you are? Not only for players in Finland, but all across Europe as well. I mean, at the last Worlds, you ended up becoming the all-time leading scorer for Team Finland. So I feel like that is a massive thing that for us who follow the game, we're like, that is the coolest. And it's the coolest for us to be able to sit here and chat with you about all of this. But for yourself, does it ever dawn on you that like you are, Riikka Välilä 2.0, I guess?
I wouldn't say that. I definitely think she's her own category, but I've come to a point in my career that I can start looking a little bit back and kind of like be appreciative of what have been and really be present in what's left, because obviously I know I'm not going to play until I'm 40 like her. So
sure.
No,
Not
it's not going to happen. So I think definitely the perspective have started to hit in, and obviously also I had a year that I took off, and when I came back, there's a lot of players who came to me and said a lot of nice things about what it meant to them that I was back. And you start to realize that you have also come into a role where you can kind of help the next generation and hopefully make their career even better.
Yeah. What was that last World Championship like for you when you became the all-time leading scorer? Were you able to be really present in that moment, or was it after that you were like, oh my gosh, my name's up there?
Yeah. I actually had no idea about it before Worlds. So when somebody mentioned it to me, I was like, is that even possible? I think you need to calculate again. Like, because I thought that was something that would always be out of reach. So just like super honored to be mentioned both with Rika and Jenny. Obviously two players that have meant everything for the Finnish national team. So definitely something it was a special moment, and there's not a lot of firsts left when you get to this point in my career, but this is like a first and only time you get to do something like that. So it was very cool and special.
You talked about playing North American hockey and how putting your name in the hat to be drafted into the PWHL was no big thing because you'd played in the NCAA and you got used to North American hockey. You speak English very well. And how much of your time in the NCAA helped shape you, not only as a player for international play to be as successful as you have been, but just as a person? And I feel like well-roundedness, the fact that, you love going new places and trying new things, obviously that's from being Danish and going into a Finnish locker room, knowing no words of Finnish. But how does your time over in North America help shape you as the player and person you are today?
I think in many ways as a player, I feel like I became a more adaptive player, depending where I played. And then obviously being a different player or going into a different league in the college, going on a smaller ice and having to adjust those things, I learned a lot in that process. And I feel like it's something I've been able to use throughout my career, like, because I played in a lot of different leagues that has had different demands. And obviously also coming back here, it's a different style of hockey. And again, it's going to be an adjustment for me to get into this league as well. And I feel like having all these experiences, especially college, will make it a lot easier for me because you know kind of what's coming, and it's going to be some bumps on the road just to kind of get into the different styles of playing. So as a player, I would say definitely more adaptive to wherever I'm playing, and and as a person, just to go there and take care of yourself and take care of, school and your own career, and kind of having this ownership of your own career and responsibility of actually developing. Obviously, you have a lot of people around you, but it's up to yourself how far you want to go. And I think those things became very real when you were there. It was very clear who maybe could take the next step after college, and which maybe that was the end. And it was a little harsh, because I feel like at that point it was like there wasn't really anywhere to go. So if you didn't make the college, you were done.
Yeah.
So so it became very real. And then I think it's definitely something that I have been taking with me.
Well, no matter what league you're playing in, it seems that Brian Idelsky and you just seem to find your way back to one another, whether it's the NCAA or overseas. What's it like to kind of be back under his direction?
It's Brian is an amazing coach and amazing person. I think he has a good way of combining both. He sees the human, and he sees the players, and he understands that both parts are important in order to perform. So I'm obviously really, really happy to be here with him. And it was the day before the draft that he got the job, and I obviously didn't know if I would end up here, but when he was sitting with his thumbs up, when they got to their turn, I was like, okay, they're probably going to pick me.
He gave me the thumbs up. Oh, that's awesome. How have you noticed, that was quite a while ago that you would have had him in college. How has he changed since the beginning of your kind of journey together?
I think his understanding of what I was just mentioning, that, everything goes in hand. And I think obviously from his experience in college and kind of been with so many different players and kind of they have grown up under his leadership. So I think he have learned so much from that. And obviously been, also coaching in other leagues, he understand also different cultures and different types of hockey and things like that. So he's a very all-around hockey coach that I think I'm really happy that he gets the opportunity to be here, because I truly think that he deserves it.
I saw him earlier today. He, we talk about how he's just a chill, easy guy to talk to, and he's silly or whatever. He was literally walking down the hall. I shook his hand. I gave him a go Bucks, which always makes him very upset. And then as he walked away, I looked, and he was just walking down the hall with no socks on. I'm right, your feet must be freezing.
Raw dogs on the floor?
Yeah, raw dogs on the floor.
That is crazy. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that at all.
Does he make you guys laugh with outlandish stuff like that?
Yeah, I heard somebody said that it makes him grounded. So I'm like, whatever floats your boat,
He's grounding.
Okay, he's kind of into that stuff.
I get it. He's he's very.
I usually feel like you do that on the ground outside, not necessarily on the rubber mats and hockey rink.
Whatever.
I'm kind of obsessed. You played with Cava and Miller overseas, have the opportunity to be reunited with them again. Do you have any Cava Miller stories that you can share with us? That was a pretty cool couple of years ago. I had over there.
Yeah, it's so cool to be here together with them. I think I got to play with Miller for a little bit, and obviously super skilled, and just someone that's super fun to play with, and for her to be here in her hometown and everything like that. It's just I'm so happy for the girls, who are actually from here, and and obviously it would be interesting to see what happens for her, moving forward. I think she has done, she's just gotten better and better with this league, so I'm super happy for her. And then Cava, I think everybody knows that she's just, she's just a great person, a very close friend to me, and obviously it feels very comfortable coming here, knowing that she's here, and I think as a player, she's probably one of the most underrated players. So
100% agree.
I'm
Absolutely.
so happy that she's on my team. There's nobody who sees the ice like her. So had the chance to play a little bit with her already now. So hopefully we will stick together, because I know I will get a lot of nice passes from her, and hopefully I can return some as well.
We're here for it. We're here for all of it.
Thunder Bay and Finland are kind of similar, I think. Hey,
yeah.
Have you guys talked about that? Thunder Bay has the highest Finnish population outside of
We
Helsinki
actually
or something
haven't
crazy
talked
like
about
that.
it, but I actually heard about it. But yeah,
You got to come visit sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to come visit sometime. Add to our population.
If you guys win the Walter Cup again this year, like if Michaela wins it again, I mean, you got to come to the.
Well, she wins anywhere she goes.
Exactly.
So
all of the
that's
time.
also why I'm pretty happy that she's here. And but I think with the Finnish, like she was definitely the one that was the most pumped about the sauna in our locker room. So yeah, I think that must be the Thunder Bay.
I think
gene.
so. I think so. Everybody's got one up there.
So you have one.
I got one in my house too.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean it every night. My hotel doesn't have one right now, and I'm like, I'm cold before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Need my nightly sauna.
Of course, Julia. What are you doing? Just in the sauna. I'll call you back in a minute. All right, cool.
I know. I put my phone on the floor and I answer Tessa's calls so it doesn't get too hot. I sit there for a long time a day.
Is driving motorcycles a Finnish thing or a Danish thing? Where does that come into play?
I think it comes from my grandparents. They were like driving around in Norway in their youth, and also just they had one, when they were young, because it was the cheapest way to get around.
That's
and
true.
I remember my mom saying she was like sitting in the side
Sidecar, stop it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I've seen those pictures and I was just like, so cool. And it's like hockey. It's fast. It's like, so, but yeah, I haven't gotten to do any of that here yet, but it's definitely on my bucket list.
This is the place.
Oh my gosh, with the mountains, it'd be unbelievable.
And the no winter.
Yeah.
You can ride bikes year round
here.
here.
And people do,
Did they ever rip you around in the sidecar, your grandparents?
No.
That's too bad.
Yeah, too bad.
You'll have to get a sidecar of your own.
Yeah, I know. Maybe put the dog there.
Oh yeah, your dog is so cute. I love your dog videos. What's his name again?
It's Otis.
Otis. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
How is he enjoying it here?
He's doing really, really good. Yeah. He was a little jet lagged too.
I was going to say time change.
Yeah.
Did dogs?
We were wondering the same, but after this trip, we're like, definitely. He was like passed out during the evening. Like something was going on.
Aww.
Yeah, but he's good now.
Doggy jet lag.
I honestly wouldn't know if it was a thing or not. I just feel like dogs sleep whenever they want to sleep.
Sleeps all day. Yeah, I wouldn't even notice it with him.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier, not too many firsts left for you, but this is a pretty big first. Stepping into the PWHL.
Yeah.
We're filming this on the eve ahead of the home opener. Just tell me about your feelings going into it and this season and being part of this league that you've definitely kind of seen come together over the years.
I didn't think I would get to do it. I think looking a lot of the players that I played with and against, they didn't get this opportunity, and it's definitely something that I bring with me, and I think I'm just like super happy that I'm still here and I get to experience it. I didn't think it would be, I would actually be able to do it. So I'm just super grateful and like just so cool being here also with our own building. And you see every day there's coming, more and more stuff, and they have done such a great job here. I think obviously with this rink, and it's a good step for the league and obviously for our team, but also just to kind of push everything to one step higher. But for me personally, it's just like super grateful and happy and just enjoying every single moment that I'm here.
Heck yeah, we're enjoying it too.
Yeah, we can't wait to see the game tomorrow night. So excited for you, Michelle. Thank you so much for doing this. This was really nice.
Thank you so much for having me.
This interview is brought to you by AERO, the official chocolate bar of the PWHL. On or off the ice, feel the bubbles melt. Oh, Michelle Karvinen'S, what a beauty. I had no idea she did not. I've covered her so many times. I had no idea she was not fluent in Finnish. And I feel so silly about
She's
that.
Danish, yeah.
But I knew she was Danish. Like I knew that lore, of course. But like I just assumed that with the amount of time that she'd been there,
that's it.
I assumed that she'd be able to speak Finnish perfectly.
I
watched the interview back. My reaction is insane, but it was how surprised I was at that moment. Like it was, I don't know why I reacted like I won the lottery or something. I was like, what? You don't speak Finnish?
All the girls that I spoke to were like, ask her how many words in Finnish she knows. I'm like, really? They're like, it's nothing. Like Tap was like, she doesn't know anything. It's ridiculous. I was like, come on. She's like, no. I'm like, yeah, right. There's no way you spend that much time somewhere and you don't just like absorb it.
Right? I was stunned by that, but honestly, equally as intrigued because she speaks other languages too. It's just so funny. So Michelle Karvinen'S, an absolute gem in hockey. Vancouver, you've got a great one in her. Can't wait to see her play all season long, and excited to see what kind of arc the Golden Eyes take this season after an interesting start. All right, let's get to our Send It segment. Our first one is from Al. And the question is, hello
Hey,
from a
Al.
Minnesota Frost fan. Love your podcast. Sincere question. I see a JocksInjills jersey for sale in the PWHL store. Is it appropriate for a guy to wear? I'd love to buy it and wear it to games. Sorry for the dumb question. Al,
Big Al.
you get to pwhl.com and you get yourself a JocksInjills jersey. It would literally be the biggest
and put
honor.
Big Al on the back. So we know when we see you,
Customize it.
you're Al, and we'll come give you a big old hug. Al.
We need that. We need to see Al rocking his JocksInjills jersey in Minnesota at the
Frost Games. Or what is it now? The Grand Casino Arena. Grand Casino Arena. Look at me.
Yeah. We got to see it. We got to see it. Honestly, the reason I snuck this one in there is because there's a ton of sales going on in the PWHL shop right now for, I don't know, there's a sale for like every day for the next 2 weeks, like now with internet shopping
Christmas
and stuff
shopping,
like that.
get on
But
it.
I believe there's 25% off at the PWHL shop right now. I don't know if it applies to jerseys, but I know for sure that it applies to all of our other Jocks and Jill stuff. So if you're looking to get some Tessa and Julia merch for the holidays, there is a sale happening right now. If you go onto the PWHL shop, there's a Jocks and Jills tab at the top where you can see.
And that's all we want for Christmas is for you guys to go on out and buy some Jocks and Jills merch from Buckle's merch stand. That's all we ask.
Buckles is peddling her merch like it's funding Jocks Next Gen. You have to buy it from her. Okay, thank you so much, Al. We love you. Thank you for supporting the show. Okay, our next one is from Emily W. on Instagram. I mentioned it earlier. Hi, I have some Send It segment questions for you guys. I just finished reading The Role I Played by Sammy Jo Small. Excellent read. My questions are 1, would you ever write a book? And if so, what genre? And 2, do you have any other women's hockey or general sports book recommendations? Do you want to start with the second part first? Other sports book recommendations, women's hockey books? I've got one right behind me. Carissa Donkin wrote an excellent book. We had her on to start the season. It's called Breakaway. It is the best, I would say, comprehensive history up to where we're at right now of women's hockey and the PWHL and all the leagues that existed before it and the big players that were involved in making this league happen. So that's the biggest one I'll recommend. I haven't read James Duthie's new book, but I have heard that it features a few good women's hockey stories, including one about Sarah Nurse. Is there one about you in there?
I'm not sure about me, but he had reached out and he was like, who's got good stories? I was like, ooh, let me get you a couple.
Okay, there's a couple good women's hockey stories in there. Kendall Coyne-Schofield's book, As Fast as Her, is excellent as well. Who am I forgetting here?
Wick's got a book called Over the Boards.
Oh, I haven't read that one.
That's a good one. Just in general, overall sports books that I love. Pat Summitt's book, Sum It Up.
Yeah.
It was great. A legendary basketball coach. There's another book that I liked, and this is just like, I don't want to say, this is just, it's not like sports specific, but it's called Play Like a Man, Win Like a Woman.
Okay.
And there's another one called How Winning Works, 8 Essential Leadership Lessons from the Toughest Teams on Earth, which was a good read. We read that before the Olympics once and worked our way through it, which was really good. So those are
let
my
us know if
picks.
you guys have other good women's sports book recommendations. I feel like there's not enough of them, which leads us to, Tessa, would you ever write a book? Could I write your book?
Sure.
You could just like tell it to me out loud and I'll write it down.
Yeah, I don't know what my book would even be about. I don't know.
What do you mean? Like going to the Olympics? Like
but there's a lot of, there's like, I don't know, Wick did it. I don't know. Oh, also another book, Shannon Zabados has a kid's book called Every Bunny Plays. Is that what it's called?
I didn't know that. That's cute.
Yeah, it's really good. Annie has it. She really likes it. Shannon Zabados book. We're going to find out. Anyways, it's a great book. Every Bunny Loves to Play is what it's called. Yeah, it's great. You can get it on Amazon, people, or just go to your local bookstore and support small biz because that's the way to go. Every Bunny Loves to Play. Good book.
So cute.
I don't know. I would probably go the route like closer to what James Duthie has done and like satire comedy kind of thing, but with like a good story.
Yeah.
Not for children, I don't think.
Yeah. I bet you Annie could rip off a good children's book about hockey.
Yeah, maybe.
Theo too. Theo would be a good storyteller.
Theo is a good storyteller, and he actually has a very good memory. He remembers a lot of things, so you got to be careful around that guy because he like hears and absorbs a lot of things. But yeah, I would probably write a little bit of a. It would definitely be a story with a lot of learning lessons that I stumbled upon in my career. Obviously, with the comedic side to it, right?
Even post career, like what you did at TSN, getting into TV, like without like you had to like get thrown into the fire really with television.
Yeah, I mean, I took a lot of licks with it too. You know what I mean? Like, Twitter's a vicious place, and not that I took any of it to heart. A lot of it made me laugh, but like, because I don't take myself too seriously, obviously. But maybe that's it. Just learning to not take yourself so seriously. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I would write. It would literally have to be me sitting down with like Julia or a writer, and then just talking about stuff, and then they could decide and put it all together.
Yeah. Do you know what I would write? Like, I've been actually thinking about it recently. When we got this DM, I was like, oh my gosh, is this my sign? You know how Lexi LaFleur got into hockey romance?
Yes.
It's just such a big genre right now. We need a P-dub hockey romance book. If I have to write it, I will.
Do it.
I love to write. So one day I'll sit down and have the time. I don't know when though.
Let your wedding pass. How's that?
Yeah, I didn't realize how much mental space that would take up, but actually
a lot.
It's a small business of its own on the side right now. Again, thank you to Greg Fast for keeping me sane and answering all my texts. And thank you all for listening to this show. We have so much fun doing it, and we love you guys. We love you, Shark Ninja, Clever Mocktails, Sober Carpenter, AERO. Thank you for sponsoring and helping put on Jocks and Jills. It would help us a lot if you all followed us across social media at Jocks and Jills and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Whether it's Spotify or Apple Music. You could also subscribe to the PWHL on YouTube. That's where we post every single episode of Jocks and Jills. And if you want to be included in the show, you can send us a message at Jocks and Jills across social memedia, or send us an email, jocksandjills@thepwhl.com. We also have a phone line that's new this year. You can leave us a voicemail, 1-929-542-2442. Fire us a question for our Dr. Jill segment on Friday if you need advice on something to that effect. Tessa, this was fun. A lot of hockey to come this week. We teed up the games. Now I'm going to head to Ottawa. Love you guys. See you there.